Hey everybody, we're live, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Hello, hello,
Indeed.
hello. My name's Raziel.
My name's Ben Sutherland.
And I'm Marcus.
I'm the character designer, key animator, and director of Kythera Zero and Studio YG Crow.
I'm an animator, producer, co-founder, voice actor, project manager, I guess. Insert hat here.
Yeah. I'm too also an animator. I also do like sound effects um and other things. Like
We all wear mini hats.
yeah,
We're everything at once.
We
basically.
are the mini hats. Yes, 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 exactly. Welcome everybody to our glorious stream here. What you just heard was actually it's an unfinished instrumental for Ada's theme song. And Ada's theme song belongs to this project we've got here. It's called Kythera Zero. It's an animated series, and we're going to try and crowdfund ourselves a pilot. We
We're
made
everything
about
at
3%
once.
of the way through, and we've got quite a ways to go. But hey, holding out hope, and let's keep it up, and let's keep the energy positive and good, guys. How are you?
Well, I'm
Pretty
pretty.
good.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And right now we're doing these live streams in order to advertise for this Kickstarter. It's been going pretty all right actually. I'll say this though, word of mouth is a great positive, guys. If
You're
you,
you're not kidding.
word of mouth is awesome.
Makes a
Word of
difference.
mouth gets you places, and we're here to try and get this Kickstarter off the ground. So if you can donate to the Kickstarter, please donate to the Kickstarter. That said, if you want to donate to the tip jar that we have set up in our nice little video corner here, go right on ahead, add to that tip jar. It's gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Everything that goes in that tip jar goes right back into the short itself. We will actually take all the money from that tip jar and donate to this Kickstarter with the money from it. So, with that out of the way, once again, with a bit more oomph and gusto this time, fellas, how are you doing today?
Okay. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a
I
beautiful
cannot
day in the
describe it.
neighborhood.
It's just like we're here. It's like it's amazing.
Oh yeah, and Ben, tell me if I'm speaking too loud for like microphones. 'Cause I normally have my microphone set up with proper volume, but today, as you can hear, that amazing theme song. Uh, I actually had to have my microphone turned all the way down from the Scarlet, so now I'm turning it up through the Scarlet. And also, my throat is not very happy with me. So,
Your levels look pretty alright.
all right, great. That's good. That's good. So, what is today's topic called? We've got music, math, and conspiracy. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
All right.
I'm like,
Conspiracy.
is that like theories of what's gonna like people like speculate it beforehand or like theories?
Well, what's going on here is that Kythera Zero exists firmly in the land of modern day conspiracy theory. So, like, there are modern conspiracies, and it gets its name from a cool conspiracy. If you don't know, is anybody aware of the Greek mechanism called the Antikythera mechanism? That's where it gets its name.
Yes.
So basically, it's a glorified calendar, but like it's a calculator, but it's ancient. So it's like a 2,000-year-old super high-tech calculator. Time. And people wondered for the longest time what that thing was doing because it was a Roman invention, I believe. My story on this is really really broken because I've been doing so much. I should probably re-research this just in case. And no, I don't get to research it just in case because I had to take care of other things before the stream, and so I'm winging it.
We're, the answer is you're correct.
Yes.
Yeah, but long story short, people were wondering like what it was doing. Obviously, people come out of the woodwork. We've got the aliens people. It's the work of aliens.
Yeah. There's always gonna be one of those. There has to be.
Some supernatural. Name it.
I mean, obviously aliens have to be involved. They're the ones that turn dinosaurs into birds. That's what Ancient Aliens taught me, though.
Wow.
How that Is that how that works?
No, that's legitimately what they did. Like, I watched that with my brother for like kicks. We found it. What was it like? What was that, like 2013? God, that was a long time ago.
Instead of just saying that aliens put the birds here, aliens turned the dinosaur into birds.
Yes, and they turned mammals into what they are now. Like that's what they said. No, it got really wild. The funny thing is they got the feather thing right, so they actually got one thing scientifically correct and the rest of it wrong. And then what made it even funnier was they had this one moment where they used CGI, and there's alien ships coming down and shooting lasers, and the dinosaurs are just like flying the screen and dying.
Alright, let me go and mute this Discord for an hour or two, just because you gotta mute things. You gotta remember to mute everything.
I mean, you could just put yourself on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I could, but you know, people disturb you when you're in Do Not Disturb.
No, you're right.
It's great. It's the perfect time to receive notifications. Do Not Disturb notifications. Hey, little buddy.
Welcome back.
I see you. This will probably be our last stream regarding the Kickstarter, because Marcus will not be with us for the remainder of next week. So it's fine. Don't say it like that. You got a life. You got a vacation. You got to do whatever. I don't know what you're doing, but but you got to do it, right? You do it.
Yeah. Exactly. You're right.
I mean, hey, I'm gonna disappear for like 2 days, starting Sunday and Monday, because I'm seeing my girlfriend on Sunday, and then on Monday is the 4th of July, and I have to go to a party. So I'm not gonna be around for 2 days either.
Don't worry, we'll have a nice 4th of July post nice and ready.
Huzzah!
Yeah, I'll be making some 4th of July art, so look forward to that, guys. Something that's not in a swimsuit this time.
They're lost.
He'll be at a barbecue.
There we go.
Yay! It's on the grill.
Yeah, no, it's really worth noting. I'm like not really a huge fan of drawing Cheesecake Ada unless she's got her human parts. This is why you'll see more pieces of her before she died than after.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny to draw her cartoon style like that. I'd laugh.
Maybe.
If it's like comedic, I would buy it.
No, I get you. I'm just maybe. I'm open to all. It opened. So yeah, no, we have some crazy talk today about just those real world conspiracies, because they are very important. I do like to slap occult topics into my own work. Now, obviously, I come from a family, and by family I mean a single member of my family who really likes to talk about this kind of stuff, So I do laugh at the idea that should K0 get big enough. Yeah, should K0 get big enough, it will, people are gonna think that my inclusion of these conspiracies as real world things means that I'm a part of some Illuminati or something, and they don't need to know that yet. I mean, what? I didn't say that.
I mean, I was hanging out with him one day, and I just saw like a card fall out of his wallet, and I'm pretty sure it said something about like the stonemasons. I don't know.
Yeah, no, actually, that happened though. Somebody.
I was kidding.
Well, I mean, hang on a second though. They're like, you can't say the Freemasons aren't real. There's like 2 buildings downtown in Philadelphia dedicated to them. Like, literally, just walk across the street from City Hall, Philadelphia, and on Broad Street on the north side.
Yeah.
Freemason temple. So it's like, it's not like it's.
I mean, fair enough. What were we saying a minute ago? I lost track after getting caught up in Freemasons.
Oh no, that's just it, right? I'm like, someday when we're done watching this, someone's gonna be like, "See, he's telling you about what's going on. These are the things that are really happening."
He knows the truth.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, they're telling you, they're warning you. I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like you said, you're winging it. So
yeah. I don't just wing it. I actually do bother to research these topics. I do like reading about the Committee of 300, and I'm not gonna like mention these by name because YouTube is actually an asshole about that. Seriously, if you mention things like the Bohemian Grove,
What?
then
They'll just silence you?
yeah, no, they'll like slap a Wikipedia article right there on the bottom of the
Oh,
video.
right. Yeah.
Fuck you, you're wrong.
Oh.
I do
I'm just,
find
like,
that...
telling you, you are the establishment. All you're doing is making it feel like I'm right if we talk about these topics.
I mean, not only that, but you're just gonna push people into it more, even if it's wrong.
Yeah, so about this Lane Maxwell. I'm not.
I'm gonna. Nakai, no relation, asked. I don't mean to sound impatient or anything, but when is the next episode of K0?
When we get the money.
Yes, we
That is-
unfortunately. The thing is,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the thing is, we'd like to make more, and we still plan on working on this project and pushing it forward. But the only problem with that is, the original short was produced through a combination of extremely low budgeting and goodwill, and we can't survive on just goodwill and
We want to
stuff.
pay people for their work and effort.
Not only do we want to pay people for their work, but like, we need money to live. So, unfortunately, we can't dedicate all our time just to this either. We have to find other things to do that will help us make some form of income. That doesn't mean that K0 is going anywhere or that we're not going to keep promoting the hell out of it. The intention is to still get this off the ground. It's just that there are other factors that we have to take care of first, both for ourselves and for any artist that we'd like to bring along for the ride.
Oh, you know, it's going to be really fun, right? We've got comics in store. Yeah, tell people about that. It's like we got comics in store.
No, we
got
want to.
an entire veritable universe of cool K0 stuff.
No, we want to. Yeah, we want to do like small like comics for fun, things like that. That'll help.
I mean, literally, it's part of the backer awards. There's a comic involved, remember?
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Well, one of the backer awards literally is a K0 short, comic.
Prequel comic, yeah.
Prequel comic explaining exactly how the events of the short transpired, like, you know, how they got from point A to point B. But you know, we're still going to be pushing this project along. Don't worry about that. There's going to be more K0. It just may not be in animated form right away due to complications of our own free time and money.
Yeah, animation is like super expensive. And like this, Japan's budgets are weird, right? Because like I get a lot of my cues in animation from Japan, and like an episode of, let's say, One Piece might cost 11,000 USD.
Yeah.
But like that's because Japan has the infrastructure for that kind of thing, and also their animators don't really get paid all that well. I mean, Toei's animators apparently do because they're unionized, but
Yeah, but that's an exception to a general rule where it's
Yeah.
like,
it's still a hell of a lot of work. And listen, I love the hell of a lot of work, but also when I do my work, I'm always taking a financial hit. Always. Like everything I
Yep.
do is it's a financial hit. We have taken financial hits for this Kickstarter because we've had to pay for advertisement. So it's
Yep.
like
no, every time we do this, we've taken financial hits. And the only reason we're doing this is because we care about the project and really do want to get it out there.
we
But
care about our friends and our like people who we're working with right now. Honest to God, we are blessed to have them. Which is why
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't just be like, hey man, you want to work for free again? No, we can't do that.
Yeah,
No,
in
we can't.
reality,
no, I mean, you know, if they for some reason made that offer, that doesn't mean it wouldn't happen. But we're not going to push people in that direction for multiple reasons. It's not right to do that repeatedly.
You know, even if they do make the offer, I tend to reject it just because it's like, no, I said that we would get this off the ground. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to find sponsors or whatever. Like, so that's just our way to do it. We're just gonna look for sponsors. We're gonna find money. We're gonna do this Kickstarter. We're doing what we can to get all
Yes.
the money and everything off the ground. And if not, well, I'm sorry. There's gonna be a couple of Ned and Fred shorts maybe in the future, possibly. I don't know.
There's still going to be we're still going to be doing things. It's just that the
Yeah.
pace at which they will be done will probably be slower because there are things that have to take precedence in our own lives for our health, our jobs, our money, what have you. You know, there will be things that get in the way, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
so
that's
like I said before, just, you know, word of mouth is powerful. Read it on a local forum if you really want to see it and want other people to see it. You know
yes. That's why we're talking about word of mouth here, because the fact of the matter is that no matter no matter what happens, word of mouth means a lot, because it means that there's an audience. It means there are people that want to see it, and the more people are aware of it, the more they see that people actually really like this, the more likely we are to get a sponsor. And if we get one, we have the money to push forward.
All right, guys.
What do you say?
You said we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, no, but the more you push this forward, the more likely we are to get a sponsor or get picked up on a streaming service or get picked up on anything, really, that would take K0 and give us a budget. That's why word of mouth is so important, because the moment that happens, this becomes our full-time job. We don't have to do anything else. So if you really want more K0 and want more shorts or a series, which is what we'd like to do, but we need financial backing to pull that off. That's the hard part.
Yep. Like, I can't explain it. Like, I mean, you pretty much like summed up.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, or not really, but you basically summed up.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that, like, any form of like word of mouth or even just small $1 or $2 there does help us. We keep track of that. We have a tip jar here that we mentioned earlier, and that money will go back into the Kickstarter or at least go back into production. So no matter what happens, that pushes us in the direction of making more content, which is what we'd like to do. So keep that in mind, spread the word, spread the word about like this project, other projects, things that we're doing, the studio. If you do that, it'll pay off, and it'll pay off for us and for you, because you'll get more of what you're asking for. That's the only thing.
Yeah, advertisements it's a crazy thing. One of the things, right, just off the cuff lessons learned from this Kickstarter as we're going on, is just that you'd be very surprised. We have a really big audience for K0, right? A lot of people love and see it, and a lot of people want more of K0. But we start different crowdfunding campaigns and whatnot, word of mouth. You'd be very surprised how many actual people are. You'd be very surprised how little that translates into people actually putting money down, and that's something that we have to overcome. Obviously, it's not. I am being very clear here. This is not a consumer issue. This is a marketing and overcoming that for us issue, and we're working on that as we go along. We're learning more, but hey, it's a fun process. It really is fun to be able to do these live streams and get an idea of the pulse of what people want, and so that's really fun. So it's like, while this might be the last live stream for the Kickstarter itself, we will not be finished live streaming. There will be more.
No.
They'll just be more infrequent, because animating while live streaming is actually painful. I'm kidding.
It's very difficult.
It's a very interesting dynamic that we work with here.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this drawing is, but it looks good. It looks cool. It is doing some crouching tiger, crouching dragon stuff.
Yeah, Nakai asks, is this keyframe art of Ada also for advertisement he's saying he's curious.
So these guys will tell you that a lot of my drawings, even of Ada, tend to not even get saved. You might notice that this is untitled still.
He saves nothing every time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there won't be more advertisement material and things that are going to get made. That's still going to be there. We're still going to be pushing things out too as the Kickstarter, comes to a close. There are things that have to do with like artist interviews that I would still like to do, where we talk about the people that worked on the original short that I would still like to have published. We're still going to be publishing art, getting the word out there, doing things necessary to, garner interest for this project and the studio itself. So we're not going anywhere. It's just that we're going to, we might have a different production. We might have a different
mindset.
Yeah, we're going to have a different mindset, and we're probably going to, be present online in a different manner. We won't always be available. We won't be doing this as frequently as mentioned. And there'll be other things that we're going to try and do to help push things forward.
Yeah, no, but we're going to have fun doing it, too. That's the best part, right? One of the fun things about being where we are now, as annoying as it can be to not be, spotlighting everybody's eye at the moment. That's fine, right? Because I'm more fond of the intimate, like just talking with people on the internet. It's gonna be they're good times, right? I love this kind of stuff. I love talking to you guys.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we may not always do K0 art if we do these live streams. There will be other things we can do.
Oh, I'm about to switch over to drawing like Schuler or Nico or something.
Well, I mean, too, there might be, like, maybe there'll be, like, drawing game nights that we might do or something, right? Like, there's things we can do that, as artists together, to, you know, have fun live streams. Like that, what was it called? Gartic Phone. That was fun. You know, like, we might have, like, a Gartic Phone night or something, or what have you. So we'll still be making art, but we'll do stuff that's fun and engaging.
Variety.
Wow.
Question for this would be Maya, which should be all three of us, by the way. Is it hard to use? The answer to that question is yes and no. Okay, so yes, if you've never touched 3D before and you're just starting, everything is difficult. 3D itself is a pain in the ass, and it can be very buggy. Yeah, that's why I never got into doing 3D like seriously. So is Maya hard to use? No, but I'm also just a person who I used Max first, so I prefer it. That said, like I see the appeal in Maya. Maya's layout compared to Max's is just it's magnificent.
Yes.
But like I hate Blender's layout too.
Yeah, I for some reason I like Blender's layout, but that's just me.
Because you're a troll man.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's it. I'm a troll man. Just because I have a beard and I have hairy feet doesn't make me a hobbit. He's always bullying me and calling me creatures from Lord of the Rings.
You know, so the thing is with Maya and all these 3D softwares, it's get used to technical issues. Just be prepared for them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree. Like, especially like when you're like rigging a character, it's like get used to like trying to like figure out like how like the joints work and all that jazz. But like when it comes to modeling, I find it a little easy.
Yeah, modeling is easy, but like you have to figure out how to model first, like how to get.
Yeah, and then it's like a matter of just kind of like getting to the groove first, or like playing around with like the default template and all that jazz.
Well, I think the hardest thing when you're talking about, like, even though modeling is really fun, the hard part you're going to run into is like geometry and vertices.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, those are things that are in the program that you could make something that looks really, really good. But if the vertices or geometry is wrong, it's going to cause you a lot more problems than you expected.
Especially in the future.
Subdivide. Subdivide, kids.
Yeah.
So, just also make sure that when you work in Maya, really quickly, I know it's tempting to, like, use lighting assistants or different lighting rendering engines. Actually, try experimenting with putting lights in the scene so you can get a full grasp on how lighting works in 3D.
Also, make sure your computer is strong.
Yeah, don't do that on a laptop. You will cry. Do it on a desktop. Yes. Make sure you've got more than 24 gigs of RAM.
Yep.
You will thank
what I also like to, with Maya, because I'm more so like 2D, is that like I'll have like a turnaround and like I'll import that into Maya, and then like as like I'm modeling it and literally just tracing based on my turnaround that I did.
Yeah, you do that in every 3D program if you put a planer, like a picture on one of the planes.
Yeah,
yep.
That's so fun.
Oh yeah, I did that with I had to start over because I was using when I was doing it with Blender. I was making a T-Rex model, and I did that by using skeleton imagery, drawing imagery, paleo art, and by using those as references, it made the job really, really easy, especially the basic geometry.
Yeah.
That said, though, if you want to figure out what so if you are going to try and get into this like professionally, Blender sounds tempting, but it's not industry standard. The industry standard actually is Maya, and for video games it's Max, and for sculpting it would be ZBrush. And ZBrush is my least favorite. Like I think between Blender and ZBrush, Blender is better.
Oh.
Because ZBrush is I hate ZBrush's layout so much. If you've used the 3D program before, a lot of them have the same like keyboard shortcut commands.
Yeah.
Not ZBrush.
Didn't you say you learned ZBrush and forgot it in like a few weeks?
Days.
Agreed.
ZBrush is so awkward that you can actually forget how it works in days.
That's amazing and horrible.
Tell us something.
It's powerful, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're using it every day for like years, I'm sure you're not going to forget how things work. But like, I wasn't using it every day for years. I was using it occasionally.
Oh my god.
Like I've seen.
How did we come up with Maya's so amazing? How did you guys come up with Kythera Zero? Oh boy. So
Oh boy.
The other stream where I mentioned the Powerpuff Girls reanimate thing I did.
Yes. We can go over that really quickly.
No, that's fine. So I worked on the Twisted Sister reanimate for Powerpuff Girls, and during that time I did a piece of animation after I was done my shots, and that animation was of Powerpuff Girls, but they were styled more like, you know, Panty and Stocking or something out of Studio Trigger. Panty and Stocking is Gynax, but like it's the same crew basically made Trigger, so that's how you get that same look. And you know, I just looked at that and I held it in the back of my repertoire for a while, and then we formed as a studio, and one of the first things we wanted to do was like work on a project that wasn't my own project. Like my project was Ice Hunter. Ice Hunter is my thing, right? Like it was exclusively my thing. Obviously you pull in people to work on it, but we wanted to work on something that would be like more fun for everybody, that could like cater to the different art styles of people. So I went from my more hyper-realistic anime style and dug out my more cartoony style, and that's basically where we came up with Kythera Zero.
Yeah. And you did like these really quick sketches of the characters, these first take sketches, and we both just really liked them, and we decided to keep going forward with it. And I think that's where the idea really came to after the reanimate, at least as it is now.
Yeah. It's really funny, right? Because it was I don't know what it was about those designs. They obviously weren't finished yet. Interestingly enough, though, I did give Ada a sharp cheekbone when drawing it. I'll pull this up. I'll find it really quickly and pull up the original drawing, the first Ada drawing. But yeah, like in that Ada drawing, I gave her a sharp cheekbone, not as like an artistic, like not as a part of her design, but like as an artistic thing. Like to give her like a sharp jawbone, like you'd find in Hunter x Hunter or something. And that, I looked at that and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So that's how that stuck.
Yeah. So now she's got her classic cheek.
Yep. And she's got herself a really sharp cheek. Do I have the original Clip Studio file of this though? No, I don't think I do, but let's see.
I mean, that was a while ago.
No, I should still have it on this computer. But like her hair was longer. Her hair is slightly different.
Yeah, these.
Like,
Oh, General Hawk.
yeah, this is the original drawing. General Hawk has changed slightly, but a lot too. Ada's hair is completely different.
Yeah. There's some similarities that you can see.
You know, you can tell these are the characters. You really can. General Hawk was just like a generic-looking mook that got fleshed out.
Yeah, no, he started out that way, and now he's like the most beloved character of the entire short.
You know, that's the fun part about this, though, right? Like, this is the first drawing of Kythera Zero, and these two became a huge part of it.
Yep.
And I don't know what convinced me to put a floating piece of hair on her head. But yeah, there it goes. Like, I know where it comes from, obviously. It's Timmy's hat from Fairly Odd Parents just hovering over her head. But
Ada was an average cop.
no one understood. Her boss thought that she'd speak up, and she got blown up in the hood. I don't know.
What? How'd she get in the hood? What just happened?
Oh, yeah, sure there's a hood somewhere in there.
I mean, yeah. We did mention she was part of a biker gang, so I'm not surprised.
I grew up in the hood.
There you go.
But yeah, no, like this picture, we took this picture and just stories came from it. And, you know, I wanted to give this guy a name, and the first name I came up with for this guy was General Hawk. Now, obviously, I didn't want to call him General Mohawk, though I did at the same time.
Yes.
Because I am a simpleton. So yeah, General Hawk's original name was going to be Mohawk, but, you know, now it's just,
Hawk.
That explains the hair.
Yes. And obviously, I like Hawk better too. So we're he's his best self.
Yeah, no. So General Hawk's a really fun guy too. Really quickly, let me show you guys something. There was a back in high school. I don't know if you guys know this, but there was I drew some comics in my notebook, and it was something called Worst Vacation Ever. And there was this kid, and his name was Scott.
Pilgrim.
Hey, Scott.
No, just Scott. I forget these characters' names. I'd have to like dig in those old high school notebooks really quickly.
Man, we're going places.
You know, there's this kid named Scott, right? Scott Ridley. No, Scott. This kid named Scott. How did I draw this guy? Like, I gave him like a really round body. He had a smiley face shirt on. I have to like try and draw like I would draw in high school. If you see my high school drawings, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, how did you become an anime? Yes.
Wait, this guy drew that? What the?
There's no way.
Yeah, no, I'm a late bloomer artist.
Yep.
I do believe I gave him these around as Butch Hartman has. Butch Hartman has been in my art language or my art library for like ever. It's not going to leave. Like even the bully in the weeb actually has Ada's nose. Like bully. One of my abandoned sophomore film for college has Ada's nose.
Wait, wasn't it your junior?
Yeah, it was actually my sophomore film, and then it got booted to my junior film because it couldn't be made in time. And it still never got made just because it was so grand. And now I'm debating if I should ever remake it just because the ending is so haram. But
oh no.
The ending to it is so haram. Like it's supposed to be like a mockery of like the weeaboo, but it also I'm like, does this go too far? Probably, absolutely does. Which is why if I do release it, it'd be like a solo venture, like my own project that's just me, not the studio on it.
Yeah.
This was Scott, or something like this was Scott, and his brother Zach. Jesus, he's big. Let's get him.
Damn, his brother's been hitting them hormones, man. He's huge. How many growth hormones were in those steaks, dude?
I don't know. Long story short, though, so I remember watching a Simpsons thing about how these characters, like how the Simpsons were actually just penises with mouse attachments. that was in the movie. That was actually in like the Simpsons movie.
Of course it was.
Yeah, it was in one of the film documentaries. So I guess I was always slated to be an animator. But I actually took that design philosophy and ran with it. And that's where these characters got their face shapes from. But like, I'm fairly certain this guy's name was Zach. He looked like this. Like if you find it in my old sketchbook, he'll look like this. That's where I wanted to bring the mohawk from this character back into it in some way, shape, or form. And I don't think these guys, like, I don't even think I told these guys how this character came to be with that mohawk.
I don't think you ever told me about this.
Yeah, this is something called Worst Vacation Ever. I don't think it will ever get made, but it did have it was a comedy. It did have a actual moving continuity. Scott would actually get older. Zach would leave the family because he goes off to college and does his own thing.
Was this like you were thinking like this would turn into an animated short?
No, I was thinking Family Guy South Park at the time.
Oh,
I
television.
don't remember what shoes they're wearing, bear with me. But, you know, Zach would just, he actually had that earring too. So,
Peace.
it's really funny that Zach gets reincarnated as General Hawk.
Zach was General Hawk all along?
Yeah, that's the dark lore, the deep lore I'm going into. No, it's not. The Hawk brothers actually have their own lore. So yeah, fun.
They're not duplicates.
Wow.
Yeah, there's Hawk, and then there's his really older brother who was there for the fall.
Yeah.
So there's a deep lore behind why this guy does what he does.
The lore runs deep.
The deep lore.
The Kythera Zero iceberg. That's what it is.
Yeah. Like right in the bottom.
Yeah, down at the bottom is worst vacation ever.
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah, no, the deep lore goes far. But yeah, no, just the idea of these two, and I looked at this drawing and I thought to myself, what most influenced this drawing, and then just ran with the things that most influenced it. So you know, you've got Gynax, Cutie, Re-Cutie Honey. Though that said, the organization people from Cutie Honey are like they're in every version of the story.
Oh.
They just look different, but like they have the same template, right? And you've seen that template before, guys in the guys in the jacket with probably blue or dark black color. You know, I think they look like this though. They have like butt chins.
As God intended.
But
They have butt chins. Whereas our mooks, they're just
They're
like
like
the guy Spy versus Spy.
I like to call them bananas.
yeah.
Yeah, and we had a lot of
Here he
fun
is,
with
George. Like,
the man with the yellow hat.
you know that.
Yeah, no, we got to have a lot of fun with these mooks though, because they take on a mind of their own. Again, Marcus and I wanted to. Well, Marcus mostly because he really seems to love the mooks, and I'm for it.
Yeah. It's
They're actually the icon of the stream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, they're the thumbnail.
Yeah, the mooks are
Yes, the mooks are powerful.
Didn't they like have like a different color? Because I remember.
Red, yeah, you colored them at first. They had like a red color, and I'm like, oh no, I like the red color. It's just that
You had
I
to hate
might
it
actually,
red.
I might find a way to make use of that color of that palette swap, like in a story specific instance,
Oh.
where like you find mooks in the red and like the red that you painted them as. One of the things was like while designing the character, I did a lot of the drawing stuff. But I actually left it up to the studio members to like, you know, hey, how do you think these characters should be colored?
Oh,
Yeah.
you were giving us like tests on each character.
Yeah, actually, didn't
Right, first.
I forget? Was it were the colors we went with General Hawk? Was those actually the ones I chose? I forget.
Yeah, they were your colors. General Hawk's color scheme is bent.
Yeah, I know we have 3 different iterations. I still have those.
I'm looking through all of my design folders for this stuff. Because, like, I still have the files from the original film on my computer. So that's...
Yeah, while he's looking, we had 3 different color iterations. Because what happened was the drawings themselves were done, but we weren't sure about the colors, so we decided to like let people toy around with it that were in the studio to try and figure out like, hey, what colors do you think would look best? And
Yeah.
I won the lottery, I guess, because I picked yeah, those were the colors I went with.
Yeah, so, these colors are fun. They're really nice colors. I think they really work, too. General Hawk has that real chill look to him. His mohawk is also inconsistently sized across, like, all media. I'm still debating whether I want him to have this massive mohawk or keep it reserved. I think it can do both. I really do. I think he has, like, because it is such a wacky series, you can get away with both.
He has different ones for different occasions. He takes them off like wigs.
And then, yeah, actually, hold on a second. Hold on. I don't think that's not what I wanted to open.
I think my favorite thing of the color scheme was like the purple undershirt. Like, I love the purple undershirt. Oh my goodness.
So we got a little
Nice flare.
We worked on silhouettes. This
Yep.
is yeah.
Early,
This
early.
is back when her hair was a bit more flowy.
Yep.
And yeah, so welcome back. Welcome back from Switch. little buddy.
We're switching over to looking at this art.
Yeah, we're going through the Ada archives here.
The Ada archive.
You know, these are premium.
Yeah, we're having an AA meeting.
Yeah.
Mermaid. Okay, cool. I gotta be careful when going through these. I know for a fact that like while working on some of these files, they got saved in them. We do live drawing exercises.
Oh.
And you know how life drawing works.
Oh, you're right.
Yes, I have to be really careful when scrubbing through these.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe even like art channels get in trouble with that stuff on here, man.
Yeah, here's premium Ada.
Yeah, this is hype.
This
This
hyper
is
realistic. Ghost in the Shada. Ghost in the Shada.
yeah, Ghost. Yeah, exactly. Ada, but she's not a cartoon anymore.
Yeah, basically. This stuff is this kind of stuff is fun, right? So it's like you get a Ghost in the Shada.
Silly General Hawk.
He looks more.
Yeah,
He looks.
General Hawk used to have more like stuff on him. He doesn't have that anymore. But like this was me looking at the not this drawing. This is me looking at this drawing and like trying to extrapolate what that was. I don't know how he got his trademark smile either. I don't remember exactly how he got there. Oh, I do. Okay, so General Hawk got his trademark smile and the animatic.
Right. Yeah, no, you started going like absolutely ham because we're like, there's things coming off the body. We can do whatever we want with the mouths, and you went nuts.
Yeah, so what happened was before General Hawk was fully designed, we were actually storyboarding K0 already because we didn't want to waste any time. We had to make sure that our time was being used properly.
Oh yeah.
So really quickly, can I find this? Yes,
Also, to answer your question, little buddy, yeah, we mentioned earlier that we were still interested in doing comics.
So here's the original K0 storyboards. They're chicken scratch, I know, don't mind me.
Yeah, we can see the actual progression.
Yeah, let's just say these don't belong on reels. But it was okay, because it was mostly...
That's it, that's where it started.
This right here was General Hawk's mouth, and yeah, that's all she wrote.
Enhance.
Once we got here... Are we making a comic? Yes, we're making a comic. Like, General Hawk comes in with the wah! It's perfect, right? And like I said, each language he has a different laugh. That's just a note I will have for as this product gets bigger and bigger and more languages adapted. You gotta have, Japanese General Hawk. Yeah. Right. You can just feel it now.
Every language has its own hawk.
It goes off the charts.
Ooh, God, that like clips through the mic. I couldn't even hear it at the end.
There it goes. And then, like, literally, I mentioned before that there is a seat that the Luke sliding in was storyboarded. Yeah. I'm not joking. Slide in, motion tween.
Yeah, there it is.
In the
I'm not joking when I say. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, this is old. Oh, this is old. There's another version of the storyboard somewhere. I must find it. I must find it so we can keep going.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh man, I found the other two General Hawk color alternates.
DM them to me so I can open them in Clip Studio. Oh wait, can you DM them without changing the...
I don't know.
Okay, hold off on it. Or stream your own screen showing them. I don't know. But like, hold off on that for a sec, okay?
I'm gonna figure that out. Wait.
You're gonna figure it out, and once you do,
Alright, there's you know what's really funny, right? This is such a poorly organized folder for the film.
Oh.
That like while I was working it, I'm like, yeah, I know where everything is, but now I'm like a year detached from this folder, and I'm like, oh, where is everything?
Didn't you like because you technically like you worked on the boards and like put it together type of deal. So it's like you had like your own workflow So like it wasn't like you had to like make sure that like everything was like you know, pass it on to someone else or whatever. Like you didn't have to like.
I think this might be it. 1 second. You see how the TV
It's
Paint's trying to
loading.
load this?
Yeah, it's a
That's
big
'cause
file.
this has animation on it, so this is actually like animatic style. I was working on how to do animatics in TV Paint. So, does this work?
There's probably
No, it's not.
sound.
Yeah, it's not enabled.
Oh.
There's no sound on it yet. Like you can see it here when I like hover over the
Camera motion.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hidden art. Yes, actually, this is exclusive because these storyboards are not public.
No, they are not.
So yeah, you get like an exclusive look at how things. Like Ada actually still has her old hairstyle in here. Like I said, we were doing storyboards off the old character designs. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that helped me define General Hawk was actually working on him in these boards. And then yeah, it was this face.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I gotta like the first one. Obviously, I think kicked it off, but like this is the one that like stole it.
And if you don't know, anybody ever watched the Deke Sabrina cartoon?
Deke Sabrina, no.
Two of them, right? There was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and there was Sabrina's Secret Life.
Oh, like there was a live action, and then there was the animated.
Yeah, there was two cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what those are because the first thing that came to my head was like Brace Face for some reason.
So yeah, no.
That's
Once we went with this drawing, I actually like took it and tried to figure out what makes this drawing work.
It's a good drawing too.
You know, so I really went through to wonder what works in these drawings.
Oh man, that mouth. It's so funny.
General Hog.
That and General Hawk's like.
Honestly, I feel like memory lane storyboarding might be the real topic of today's.
Yeah, I know. Like we have other topics that we haven't even like touched yet.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm down with just improvising here. We said freestyle. We can freestyle. Yeah, no, and so you know the book just gets. And again, like just more shots like this that showed up in the storyboard. Obviously, his mohawk is a lot bigger than it winds up being in the final model sheets.
Yeah, but also like in that one shot, like the panel you were at, like there was clearly very stretched perspective.
It's warped, yeah, but like that's not how I do a fisheye lens. I'll actually switch over to drawing a fisheye in a moment to show off what to do if you ever want a fisheye lens thing. They call it 5-point perspective.
Ada be looking.
It looks like Ada said that because of the eyes. He's thinking 5 points. Yes. Boom!
Yeah, seriously, more bullets. Don't get cocky.
And then,
You know, I
Yep.
just got pulled.
Oh yeah.
oh, didn't that shot got removed? I remember.
So one of the, yeah, no, okay. So the shot of his rockets whirring up behind him did get taken out of the film, unfortunately.
Yeah.
'Cause, like when it did get animated, I did try animating it with the rockets whirring at its time, and it wasn't working anyway. So I'm just like, okay, kill it. You can tell what's happening on him anyway because he like rockets towards the screen in a second.
Right.
But as you can see, there's a lot going on in this board that just is exactly what happened.
You know, this board was very,
Yeah,
very precise. Ada originally had a mouth in here, but like I realized when you blacken her face, the mouth gets hidden most of the time. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's cool.
it goes up.
That's a cool effect. Ooh.
It's like Batman from the animated series where he like just becomes all black and you only see the whites of his cat. Is this the cow? Is that it? No.
Cow.
Yeah.
Yes, cow.
It took me a minute. That's actually like the C.
Yeah, that's how that works.
At the end.
No, villain.
Yeah.
Like it's really funny. Ada actually gets her modern design midway through this board.
Yep.
That's how we worked. We worked it fast and loose, but it came together. It's cool.
That's how we work, baby.
Well, when you're doing something with like the what happened was we had to get something done quickly because we wanted to finish this project in a timely manner. Ha, that didn't happen. But we yeah, we wanted to finish this in a timely manner, and that's what we wound up with, right? But like,
yeah, wanted to.
the thing is, when you're working online and with a bunch of people and interfacing through Discord or whatever, it's a very, very different experience than working in a studio where you're all looking at each other.
Yeah. Also, I did manage to DM you those images.
Oh, cool. Really quickly, here's 5-point perspective if you're wondering. It's a fisheye look. So it's like, let's say you have a ball, right? Let's say you have not a ball, a sphere. It's a three-dimensional spheroid. Let's say you have a sphere, right? Oh boy, I'm about to awaken the powers of the Illuminati. No, I'm too invincible. So let's say you have this three-dimensional spheroid, right? And I'm winging this with no rulers, so bear with me. And you know, you want to have it reflect off the ground. This is how you get 5-point perspective right here, just by doing a sphere, right? And what does this have to do with distorting a person's face? A lot, actually, as I will show you right now. So if I turn this ruler down, again, impromptu, no measurements, it doesn't matter. I can do this free-handed. 5-point perspective is actually really forgiving, it turns out.
Yeah.
If I were to take a character's face, right, and now it's in 5-point perspective, let's just call it someone's face. You shrink in the ears because their face is shrunken, so the ears become smaller. The middle part widens out, so you have a nose. And then the eyes literally get pushed to the side. And you can, like, because of this little distortion going on here, you can actually shrink the mouth.
Yep.
And this is how you create fisheye perspective on your characters.
Oh
Funny enough,
yeah.
in my thesis, there was like a fish on effect.
I think he was working on it and I helped him out.
You did. I was working on that shot, and that's the only shot I did in the film, and I did not understand 5-point perspective, so Raz really helped me out to try and get that right, because I really wanted to do this cool fisheye effect that I thought was gonna. I forget. Did you write that into your storyboard, or did I come up with that? I forget.
You came up with it, because before it was literally just a mid shot. It was like working up, but then
you can do the same thing in reverse, by the way. You can actually take the fisheye effect.
I'll make it
and
more
like
round.
the person's face into it. Like it's a spoon, right? This you might recognize this is what a spoon does to a face.
Basically.
Yeah.
Your spoon is actually here.
Yeah, using this as your guideline, like as your constant guideline, actually.
The spoon is real.
The spoon is real. Or any like
I think the bottom widens out.
like any like round substance that you have around you that reflects
Yep.
metal. You name it.
Oh yeah. That'll do it for you. Like any object that's round and has reflection, it's gonna warp the hell out of it, and it's gonna show you exactly what we're talking about.
That's ultimately all a fisheye lens is. It's literally like a lens. Most lenses are flat. Well, a fisheye lens is kind of like an astigmatic eye. Astigmatism. There we are. That's all you need to know. If the normal lens is flat, right? It's like just a flat piece of glass. A fisheye lens is like slightly distorted.
Yep.
Or inverted, depending on the lens type. So understanding that helps you like make really fun. Let's do something really quick on the fly, just to underdrawing to show off what I'm talking about. Can you tell I draw comics all day? Like if I'm not working on animation, always trying to work on just comic distortion.
Yes.
Yeah. For those who don't know, yeah, he's done a variety of comics.
Yeah, so it's like you're just trying to. This is like these are stick figures, right? You're drawing stick figures, and people are like, "What? You're just drawing stick figures?" Yeah, no, these stick figures are important. these stick figures right here are really important because they can help you. They can make or break your gesture.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm like the basics are so important. Your stick figure, right? No matter what, if you're drawing a stick figure and it looks good in silhouette, let's say. Let's say this guy. What is this guy doing? This is just a stick figure, right? What's he
Yes.
doing? He's walking up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? What's happening?"
He's a JoJo character.
No, he's not.
Not today.
No, he's not a JoJo character. Let's make a JoJo character really quickly. This is so I don't do JoJo characters with sticks because there is like a bit more to them.
Yeah, remember the one you did just in one of the art rooms in like 20 minutes?
I don't. I told you I delete a lot of these drawings.
It was on paper. You can't delete that.
I don't know.
Yeah, like you just left it in the we just left it in the room for someone to find and be like, what the hell?
Well, then I deleted it because I don't have it no more now, do I?
And it's not deleting it, is it?
It's deleting it from my memory.
That's
Fair.
more powerful than the computer.
Fair point.
Yeah, perfect. But like, just the idea of if to do JoJo, just look at a fashion magazine and go ham.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look at a fashion magazine and go nuts. Oh goodness. All right, let's see. What other cool topics do we have to talk about today, guys?
Well, you want to go over General Hawk's alternates?
Sure. Let me grab them.
Yeah, I found that I can send it to you through the web version, and that won't mess up the stream.
Cool. So I'm going to, since these are just going to open in my Chrome anyway. Oh goodness, let's zoom out. Ooh, this works out perfectly because then I get to do the ultimate shill technique. So check it out, baby. You got Brave Browser. Brave
Whoa.
Shadow Legends.
Brave
Shadow
Legend.
I forget which of these I did. I think
Careful.
this one.
I think that's the original.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain this was the original color I went with. Like, the pants didn't change much, believe it or not, but, like, this did.
Yeah, that was one of the ones. I think I did that one too.
He looks like Player 2 General Hawk.
he's General Hawk Player 2.
That's because we were like trying to figure out like just how punkish we wanted this story to look because we did start figuring out that we wanted to have a bit of that, you know, wacky comic book tank girl aesthetic.
Yeah.
There's an amazing Twitter account. It's like Kung Fu Piggy or whatever. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm not going to show their stuff because of copyright reasons, but actually, I can show their Twitter account. That's fine. Hanabushi. There we are. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. That's neat. Look at that! Look at it go! Hanabushi, here we are. So, like, it would have... I didn't even know that this existed until after long after K0 was done, but if I had known this existed, this probably would have found its way into K0. I have to be careful. Twitter doesn't have censors on it. I must be careful.
Yeah.
I don't follow this person's Twitter account that much. Let me look at their media specifically. Here we are.
Hey.
Well, like, this... I feel like when I was designing K0, this was what I wanted. Like, just the look of the way these characters move. They do music videos, too, so it's, like, really cool. If you've never seen this before, check them out. Just check them out. It's a
Yeah,
blast.
this
Stuff
is pretty
like this
rad.
is a blast. No, it's really fun. Like when I found this, I'm like, oh, this is my new favorite thing. This is my new favorite thing. We're gonna be going harder on K0 art. I'll tell you that right now, buddy.
Oh yes.
We gotta step it up. But
Who won't step it up?
That's pretty true. It's happening.
that's my life. If anyone's ever like looked at ArtStation, just breeze through it right quick, you'll see it.
You'll understand what it was.
You'll understand what that's like, right? It's like you're surrounded by giants.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Like it's an incredible feeling. Don't get me wrong, right? I use it all the time and empower myself. But like it's like you're naked and surrounded by giants, and the only way that you can become a giant is by lifting.
Yep.
In this case, lifting a pen. But like, you know exactly what I mean.
Yep.
And you're constantly challenging yourself every day to become a crazier and crazier artist. So that's why I love this project, right? I learned a lot of stuff on K0. I learned a lot about collaborating, about directing, about leading, even about color. Like the General Hawk design color now, I'm wondering how I thought it could be anything else.
I mean, yeah. After I made that version, it just became like the one we wanted. Actually, the pink haired one was actually made after the red jacket one.
Oh, what is he, a Lupin? He's a Lupin character? Red jacket, pink jacket, blue jacket?
Yes, he's a Lupin character. No, but yeah, the version with like the red mohawk and the green eyepiece and the blue jacket, like that was made after I had done the red color jacket. Because we
You know what? Hang on a second. Since he was asking if that Ada drawing was going to be, advertisement, it can be, and I can include an alternate colored version of General Hawk. This, see what I mean? Like, we're literally making new ad ideas just on the fly, talking during the stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's
Brains.
cool. Thank you. Nakai. Thank you. But it's just fun, really fun stuff about making ads on it.
Yep.
And we can have Punk Hawk.
Yeah, like the reddish pink hair was I thought that was pretty cool. It doesn't work for the color scheme we went for, but it works for this one.
It is on its own, it's really cool.
Yeah.
And now, for anybody who's new, watch this: the ultimate technique, shill power.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Whoa.
right. Tap right on over.
What does the scouter say about his shilling level?
Oh my god! Yeah, it's an anime. He tapped over. I've never seen tapping over that powerful before.
Oh my god, it's over 7,281!
He activates the ancient art of the shilling gun. Pushes up glasses with his middle finger. I do that in real life, by the way.
Whoa. I don't want to mess with that.
Do we ever study animation styles when it comes to animation? All the time.
Every single animator you will ever run into, if they're worth their salt, has done that.
Animation is observation. The first lesson that I got from a great man, John Lynch. If you're watching this, what up, bro?
Hey, yo, John Lynch!
John Lynch, Mr. Lynch, my first art teacher, the man who really believed in my ability to be an artist, and is probably the reason why my art exploded through those last 2 high school years. His lessons to me, and I've since taught this to anybody who I've taught. I've since taught this to anybody who I've taught. It's like an artist's first job is to see, right? So it's and not like you can observe other people's art. You observe the world around you. You eventually unlock this crazy. Speaking of Sharingan, no, you literally unlock an eye that lets you break down shapes on the fly. It is the craziest thing ever if you can do it.
It takes a while, but
It takes a while, and it doesn't always work. Sometimes shapeoids can be so complex. Certain motorcycles are so complex that it actually takes me forever to break down how they look as raw shapes. But once you do, oh boy, oh lordy, you go.
Oh, yeah.
So we are doing a Kickstarter for Kythera Zero, an animated series. We have the original short here on our YouTube channel. We have it on Newgrounds. We have it on Vimeo. We have it on everything that we are on.
Yep.
Please check out the short. And we're here to tell you that we've got an amazing opportunity for you to help us crowdfund a pilot episode. Again, any and all money that goes in the tip jar for this stream will find its way into the series pilot later on. We're 3% funded, and we can still make it. So,
Yep.
man, that's awesome. But what was I was on a train of thought, man. I killed my own train of thought.
I mean, we were talking about like alternate colors of General Hawk, showing those, and then we got to the Kickstarter.
Something about shape. Yeah, the eye. There we go. I was going to do a demonstration here. Like, just talking about the eye, right? Really quickly. The eye lets you look at a motorcycle, for example, and see the ellipses, which I'm going to freehand here. I am freehand ellipses. They're not the cleanest ellipses in the world. It's okay.
They look like shit!
You're a loser!
Loser! You're a loser! You didn't follow the exact method! Why didn't you start with a square?
Just really quickly, just the idea of being able to use shapes to define larger than life concepts. Anybody who's like watching this who might not know what I'm drawing, and now all of a sudden the shape is there, and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Flippy.
Yummy. Beautiful Joe, play it.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Really not sponsored, but if Capcom is there, you know, Capcom, hey, skirt, skirt. You know?
Hey, Kaka.
The cap.
Hey, Capcom, skirt, skirt. Man, just really quickly, just the way things are developed is through the shapes.
Yep.
So, and like, if you can draw a bicycle, you can draw a motorcycle. That's the funnest thing about it, right? You got two wheels on two even sides, and these are not even. Oh my goodness.
Close enough.
You've got two wheels. What's that?
I just say close enough.
Basically, you got two wheels. You've got a little spoke here. These are bikes. This is how they work. I didn't make the rules. I just
did
write them.
Good job, Bobby.
Good job, Bobby. Yeah, so
That's
it's
pretty
like
good
just,
job.
get that down, and
Thanks, Dad.
your goal and just understanding an artist's first job. Dang it. They're on to me. They're on to that I sound like Hank Hill.
Gosh dang it, Bobby.
Gosh dang it, Bobby.
Butterfree!
Speaking of Hank Hill, slight tangent, I've been watching Barry, this really cool HBO show about a assassin who wants to be in theater. And one of the main characters is actually played by the guy who voices Bill.
Yes!
Oh, that's funny.
That's great.
That's all. If you haven't watched Barry, though, I love Breaking Bad, so it is a funnier Breaking Bad. I think it's very interesting kind of show.
I still need to finish watching Breaking Bad. The reason I stopped was because it was making me depressed. Like, I was legit getting depressed from watching because I was like, oh my god, everything's just so sad and miserable. It's so well written, but everything's so sad. I
didn't get a chance to see it, but yeah, go on.
Let's put her on the ground.
Like, I need to finish it. I should. It's extremely good. And there's an extremely well done character arc. And from what I did watch, I enjoyed. But I was just like, oh my god, I'm just so sad every time I watch this. And I'm not in the mood to be sad. So I haven't watched it in like a year. Because I just didn't want to be sad.
I got through about 3 seasons, took a break, and came back.
I got through 1 season and stopped. And it's been a year.
Rip.
Yeah.
Okay, to go. I don't know what to do with this arm. The biggest problems with art. What to do with the other arm or leg if it's doing something unique.
Oh, yeah. Yep. This
I
actually...
have wasted hours trying to figure out what to do with the other arm.
It's a struggle.
I
You know what's
hate...
really funny? When I was a kid, I was inspired heavily by Captain Underpants. I'm not going to attempt to draw because I don't even remember what he looks like. I don't know why I even tried. But I was
I've never-
inspired.
He's like a pear.
If my Cintiq was on, I could do it. I remember what he looks like.
I do too. It's just like not well enough to draw him on the fly. The artist's job is to see. If I'm not looking at him, then I'm not going to try it. But what I will say is, I remember reading about how it took Dav Pilkey like hours to draw the covers. I'm like, how could you draw for hours? And then I became an animator.
Yeah, and then you and then you realize like a few hours was like nothing.
A few hours. I can spend hours on the underdrawing alone. I became an animator. I started working on comics. Like I will spend. It's ridiculous. Like just laying things out takes forever.
Yeah.
But you know, the longer it takes for you to like, the longer necessarily you're, as long as you're spending your time well, I should say, not the longer it takes, but like as long as you're spending your time well on laying things out,
Your life will be easier.
your life will be a lot easier. Because it's like a lot of drawing, a lot of the bad drawings that you see anybody do is because they didn't make certain decisions earlier. And so like even myself, like now, I'm like working on trying to make decisions early. So let's say I take this drawing and make it into something bigger. Well, I want to make any decision on what Ada's doing now. Like anything about the general shape, anything about just how she operates. I want to do that all now. Also, I probably should switch her hair to biker Ada's hair because
Oh right, yeah.
she has a unique hairstyle from back when she was a biker 8 years ago, prior to the events of the story.
And to answer your question, little buddy, it is. I've watched all of BoJack Horseman. It's probably more depressing than Breaking Bad, yet somehow I was able to stomach it. I don't know why Breaking Bad got to. Maybe it's because it was a talking horse. I don't know, but like, it was more depressing, in my opinion.
Of course, beyond my imagination.
Exactly. Thank you, Peter. Freaking sweet. Hey Lois, come check out these horrors beyond our imagination.
HP love triangle. That's what K0 needs. We got to put a love triangle in it, guys.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need a love. It needs the love triangle.
Don't mind me and my outdated meme from 2011.
For anybody wondering what we're referencing, it's what was it called? Terrible writing advice.
Yeah, terrible. The guy
Yeah.
named JP Buin, who does he's a huge YouTuber now, but he is a writer. He does something called Terrible Writing Advice.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. It's got its own dry. It's got like some really dry humor.
But yeah, long story short, we're just making decisions about how Ada looks here, and one of the other tricks is that you understand that drawing is sculpting. There is a technique to it. As you get better at controlling your pen, you get better at just sculpting out a character and how you want them to look.
Yeah.
Especially like when like the pen's like not like the same. Like if your pen can like go light to dark, like now you have like a very flexible.
The 2B pen I'm using is like a godsend. I love this thing. I really do.
Yeah.
You like definitely you like even like share it to us, which is funny too.
Well, because it's free.
Yeah. It's a really good pen.
And when I do like ink drawings, I use the textured pen. Actually comes with Clip Studio, but this pen slaps. This thing slaps. If you don't know, this is the exact pen that Dr. Stone is drawn with.
They use the textured pen.
This exact pen, yeah. This is what Boichi uses when he draws Dr. Stone.
Dude, Dr. Stone, it looks so good. Like, it's crazy.
But like, if I'm doing underdrawing stuff or like sketch art or whatever, because it's like sketches unto themselves are art.
Yes.
If I'm doing any of that, then I'm looking at like I'm using this 2B and HB pen.
Yeah, this actually. I remember when we were talking about like getting in the art late. Like between these, like when did you get into art, Raz? Like exactly.
Okay, so I say late, but that's probably perspective speaking. I didn't start drawing until I was in like
right? So I'm the latest of all three of us. I got into art right when I got into college. Like I drew it very rarely on random occasions where I had done it like throughout my childhood, but I never actually did it consistently. Like like if I did a drawing, like the most frequent I had done them was like across a span of a few months. Like that was the most frequent for me. And then I got into college and I started doing this daily, and I still do it daily, where I'm doing like figure sketches, drawings, anything to, you know, get more to like to catch up on years of experience that I need to capture and get, you know. And it works. It's just really exhausting because there's so much you have to do.
Yeah, it takes time, and honestly, it's one of those things where it's like you just follow your own pace, and it's like you get there.
Yeah, like if you looked at my art from like freshman year of college and then compared it to like, and then compared it even to my senior piece, like I'm not this. It's not even like the same anymore. Because I was like, I couldn't even draw like I couldn't even draw like a consistent like figure. I could draw like, I wasn't doing stick figures or anything, but I was not up to snuff. And then I had to work I worked like a maniac throughout those 4 years, and I still was not exactly up to snuff. In fact, shout out to Raz's mom for making him help me with backgrounds for my senior film. So and then after.
Kid Bukowski, by the way, I was too old for it, I think.
Oh yeah, Kid I actually remember watching that.
My cousin loves that show.
I mean, hey, no, if you think it's that cool, like it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a. I would honestly say like around like the 2010 to 2009. Well,
I distinctly remember something like that, but like, I don't actually. Like it would. Okay, so most of the way I draw things, you can probably trace back to either Butch Hartman or his collaborator, whose name I'm not remembering, but he designed Kim Possible. And like he took Butch's designs and his amazing yellow highlights and grounded them a little bit. So like when I'm thinking of drawing, right, I'm drawing characters like Danny Phantom. Even though I never really do Danny Phantom, I'm drawing on that same design philosophy.
I'm actually looking at like Kid Bukowski art at this exact moment. And I have to say that I don't know. I lean more towards Powerpuff Girls than I do Kid Bukowski when comparing the two, because Kid Bukowski makes me think more of it's more like it looks more like Captain Underpants to me. It's more Captain Underpantsy because the arms are a bit more noodly. They're a bit more like they have that more noodle-like look. The knee, they have that like cartoonish like knee exaggeration where like at the knees like just a little bump, like a semicircle, with some characters. So I don't know. I think it leans more towards Powerpuff Girls.
For me, I'm just I don't know why I'm drawing all these background characters, but hey, like
I think it makes a competition.
yeah, no, it makes it seem really just showing off for Bike4 competition.
Hey yo, he's flexing.
Yeah, no, literally, all this kind of stuff you really want to put in there during the layout phase, so that your layouts are strong. If you have a good sense of how human shapes work, then you will be able to lay most things out. But also be sure to check your perspective and backgrounds. Even like to this day, we're still trying to like flesh out how the city looks exactly. I'm not the author of Akira, unfortunately. I really wish I was.
You're not?
Because the way he draws buildings, mwah! I wish I had that much patience. I probably do if I just like sat down and actually applied myself. But like I wish I had that patience.
I think I do.
You know, Ben has the patience because
You have the patience with the
he's
effect,
over here cleaning
especially.
fossils.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Detail, at least in regards to like sitting down and, and focusing on one thing for a really, really long period of time.
I think I have like the weirdest issue wherein I hate doing perspective-y work digitally. I learned it the analog way, and doing it digital never feels right. So
Is it because it's hard to like apply like rulers and things like that?
yeah, like I'm not good with digital rulers at all. So it's like I always feel like I need to like just go onto a piece of paper and actually draw these backgrounds out, and scan it, and then go from there.
Yeah.
That might be my go-to method.
That
So
makes-
weird, right?
I mean, that makes sense to me, honestly. Because, like, you can't put a ruler onto your Cintiq. You just can't.
No digital ruler will ever feel as good as actually like drawing with a real ruler. It just won't. Well, link your animation, little buddy.
Yeah. I know we keep saying little buddy, even though I know it's Victoria, because she said it herself in one of the streams, and I know who she is.
It's double check. I am just double checking because I'm like, okay, there are quite a few people now. A lot of recurring characters in these streams.
I would, but the thing is, like, it's too late. Like, I feel like we already said her name on stream because she typed it in. I tried not saying it at first, but then Victoria herself typed it in. I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's too late now.
I'm not for privacy reasons or whatever, but literally just for making sure I got the right name. Like I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Because I remember like before we like thought it was like someone else.
We thought it was Kevin.
Yeah.
I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that.
All right, Victoria, you are now Kevin.
You're two
Damn.
characters.
Oh, and Ben, when you shouted out my mom for like asking me to do those backgrounds for you, you just know that she is watching right now.
I think that makes this even funnier. Oh.
She is probably having a blast. She's just like, huh?
That makes this 10 times funnier. Yeah, no, so like with my senior thesis, what happened was I did not manage to get any of the backgrounds colored in time. And like what happened was I was just going to leave them.
Yeah, Carl told you not to do it. Right?
Yeah, he said like just leave them white cuz I could just fill them in later and do them and like on my own free time like after the film releases. And he's right, I could have done that. But like I don't know, like I wasn't gonna. I really felt bad that Raz ended up doing it, but his mom was like, "No, you're gonna do it," and then he was like, "All right, I'll do it," and he sat down and did it. And I had finished backgrounds for my film, and my film would not be finished the way it is if it wasn't for his mom saying you should do it.
Yeah, no, it's great. Anytime, buddy.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was funny. I love the poster you did with the burger.
Yeah, no. Weird.
Oh, it's
Googly eyed
the
burger.
thesis.
Yeah, no, he was awesome.
The
Yeah.
weird Googly eyed burger I just slipped in there. There's like a Mr. Clean actually shows up in that film.
Yeah, he does.
Soon it'll all be clean meteor.
Yeah, there's a little poster that says soon it'll all be clean.
Yeah, like that film's on this studio.
It is.
You can very much.
If I remember correctly, that burger, when you drew it on the poster, was actually holding another burger and smiling.
Holding and eating another burger and smiling.
That was so messed up. That was awesome. Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
Why I'm giving this guy like realistic suit shoes and He just has them now, I guess, for some reason.
It's just who
This
he
is
is.
never going to get finished either. Just know that this is always going to stay like this for the remainder of time.
This is the way it is. This is the way it was meant to be.
This gets great.
Yeah, no, because like this was like a demonstration, and now I'm just drawing while talking.
Yeah. But actually,
That's really what I do all day, right? Like I will draw stuff like this. It's still not saved, and it probably won't ever be saved. But
yeah. No, I
and
mean,
then I'll delete it. Ben will get furious at me. He's like, "Why'd you delete it, dude?" It's like,
well, because like he's got like some. I'm like, it's good art. Why'd you delete it? And then he's like, but the thing is, he can make it so fast that it's just like, he's not as attached to it as I am. Like to me, I'm like, because I'm not as fast. When I make something good, I'm like afraid to lose it. I'm afraid to delete it because I'm like, okay, this took me a while because I'm still like the thing is I like the whole idea of like the master making more mistakes than you and that's why they're able to catch them faster, right? Like I'm still making mistakes and not catching them as quickly. So to me, like when I don't really feel like I should delete my art ever because if I do, it's like okay, this took me a while. I don't want to delete it.
So I used to draw while going on like the L to school every day. And one of the things that I noticed was that like a lot of my art was it got really samey because I was like trying to impress people, but also I was like doing nothing but poses that I knew because I could draw them without incident. And I have since got like in order to get over that, I like had to really push myself to start drawing different things while on like a train with pens. Have you ever tried drawing in pen on a moving train?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
And like the Philadelphia L is not a smooth train. It's a.
Listen,
That's all day.
Listen, man, just say the train's in Philadelphia. Everybody will understand.
No, there's some smoother Philadelphia trains, but the L ain't one of them. I'll tell you that right now. I will say that right now.
Yeah, I would say like the original realm is a lot more smoother.
You know, so it's like I would always be drawing these different things, but I kept on like doing the same boring thing over and over again until eventually I'm just like, okay, let me try not. I have a whole sketchbook of like pages after pages after pages of the same pose. I'm like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. So I really made an effort to branch out, and one of the ways that you branch out and be able to do better things is just by getting. Yeah, I can't draw in cars or buses because I do get motion sick.
Yeah, I can't do it in the car either. I will get a headache.
I can't look at a phone in the car either, so I will get motion sick. Yeah, unfortunately, but I have drawn on the bus though. Let's be clear, I have drawn on the bus. That's not new to me. That's not new ground. But it's just being able to handle spheroids and like how people look, just by making them abstract. Like these are just shapes. They're not people. They form people.
And they can very easily become people.
The shapes.
They really can. There was an artist on YouTube. They're mangaka, and they did this really cool thing to make robot parts, right? Like, let's say you have a robot.
See, those two, they look like they came from Kid Bukowski.
Yeah.
And I never watched the show. So I really wouldn't.
I would say like around that time, like a lot of shows, there was a lot of shows that was produced, but like it was just so forgettable in a way.
Not Fred.
Bringing it up, it's like, oh, that was a thing. That was a show.
I remember, what was it, on Disney? Like, I watched like a few episodes because when it was on, and then like I never really watched it consistently because I wasn't really that interested.
The funny story, right? In order to draw machine parts, the way this guy did it was like he literally threw figures into the machine. Like just small little figure people. It was the weirdest. I never approached drawing that way. But if you like, since I have started doing machine parts, I actually like.
Oh, like the same pattern.
Same pattern, yeah, exactly. Like the same human pattern.
That's really wild.
And like,
It is.
like
That's like
complicated.
Tap background talking. And Tap, if you like something, do it. Just take it.
Oh, hang on, my dog wants to leave the room.
You control. Take it and modify it. That's what they say to do in chat.
Yeah.
Robot toy. Is that the one with the robot with like two big Frieza head pieces?
Yeah. Yeah.
The one that we have a friend named Donnie who draws in that style super well. He's other Marcus.
Yeah. Yeah. He that's describe the show.
Yeah, no, so it's like, I am aware of it, though I never got a chance to watch it, and the weirdest thing about it is, I distinctly remember it being... I distinctly remember it being... I remember it existing, but I never watched it, right? Like, it's one of those things that's like, as furthest back as the reaches of your mind. There we are. Yeah, it's one of those things in the furthest back, like furthest reaches of your subconscious. It's like the Nick Jr. the man with in the Nick Jr. commercial that everyone's like, "What is this from? Is this a real thing?"
It's like, maybe.
I bet you don't remember. It's the dude from Nick Jr. You're like, what do you mean? I bet you don't remember. This is the guy from Nick Jr., bro. So yeah. Are you drawing anything right now, Marcus?
Me?
Yes.
I am. I'm drawing. Not Ada, but another character, Max.
Max from Max Adventures.
Yeah, it's another. It's like a personal project that I've been working on, like for a long.
You're a tad quiet on mine.
Oh. So I said it's a personal project I worked on for a very long time. And yeah, I'm just drawing Max. Again, getting the more feel of the character, because like I know I had a tendency of just drawing kind of like he's like standing still, or just like for like any other character. So it's like.
Oh, so you're trying to like get more comfortable with the action poses.
Yeah.
Motion with the character. Yeah, that makes sense. I used to always draw a character standing with that. Like when I first started, I basically was just ripping off Dragon Ball Z.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So yeah, I was basically ripping off DBZ, and all my characters stood the exact same way. And like pretty early on, I'm like, if I want to draw comics, I should probably figure out how to draw people doing more than just standing up straight.
Yeah. Figure it out and see
Forward.
like what makes this like pop. And it's like, oh, okay, it's just a matter of just like doing more poses than just it.
Me.
Stagnant because
I'm back. My brother was showing me something for 1 sec.
I heard you slightly in that background there, boy.
Oh. Whoops.
whoopity whoop whoop.
But yeah. No, I'm doing that too myself now. I'm following that similar trend where I'm trying to like break away and do more poses.
Yeah, it's like it's still fulfilling to do it because it's like you achieved for the day, and it's like I could do that again, but this time much faster than I did. And
Yeah, I did some figure drawings using the there's this book that I really like called what's it called? It's called it's by Michael D.
Michael D. Luffy.
Michael D. Luffy. Matsy? I think it's Matsy, like Mattesi. Matsy. It's part of his Force series, and it's called Dynamic Life Drawing for Animators. I really like that book, and I did some figures recently that were using that method that I think are really lively.
Right.
Like, even if they're not like perfect position wise, they're really lively and they're different, and I really like the perspective I managed to pull off with them. And it's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to break away and get what I want.
In case you're wondering, yeah, this is the exact technique I use to make really thick outlines for Ada when necessary. So, like, I'll do a double line.
Yeah, that's what we did throughout the entire short.
That's the film. Yeah, that's just how you do really thick outlines for the sake of quick clarity. Especially since Ada kind of has she has the disposition of a comic book character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. How would she look in a comic? Would she have black hair in a comic?
Would that be like shaded? Because
I mean, I could see her having black hair in a black and white comic. That's not a problem, but
No, I think she would. That looks pretty good.
But then you can also do the screen tone approach. And Clip Studio is really cool with that, so let's screen tone this up.
Oh, the screen tone. Dude, screen tone in this is just amazing.
It's a breeze. Also, I deleted the back end of this hand for some reason. Oh well.
moving on.
I'll get it in a sec.
Whoops.
Daisy.
Victoria is asking what was Ada's fight style again. I don't.
Ada doesn't use a guy. Also, let me not do that.
She's like more so like strategic. So like
Yeah, she's a strategic fighter, so she'll like run at you.
Her fighting style is the one that wins. Yeah, that's it.
the environment.
So fortunately, we're not Avatar. We didn't like lock her to a specific style of fighting.
Yeah.
But she's an agile fighter, right? Because we did mention that where she's not.
Yeah.
She's like what, 5'6". She's 5'7".
Yeah, actually, this leads back like just a little bit to our conversation from the last one, where we were talking about like handling like female characters. Yeah, this has to do with like physics specifically, like because Ada's not nearly as big as General Hawk. There's no way she's gonna be able to just like throw him across the room.
Yeah, no, she won't.
Like, unless there's some sort of weird circumstance that makes that easier for her, I don't like. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the thing,
like Ada like has to like maybe like cut like a save or something like
Yeah.
that, like it lands on him.
because we've talked about this before, or where like we were like, and this is not like on stream. We've talked about this before. Where we're talking about like in movies where we've seen like guys that are gigantic, and then they get like thrown across the room by a woman that's like half their size.
Except the character has superpowers, but Ada is like she's slightly
Well,
enhanced person.
I'm not talking about the ones with superpowers. I'm talking like when you're.
I know. Hey, buddy. No.
Hey, buddy. Hey, pal.
Percy.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like, cause you see it in certain movies where it's just like, wait, how did that happen? Wait, what? And the thing is that like, it's not even necessarily like a female thing. It's more of just like size in general. Where like a character who clearly is small to the point where like, unless they're super,
Character-wise.
yeah, unless they're like beyond ripped, it's not very likely they're gonna be able to lift this character.
Or like they're using the character's weight against them or something.
Yeah. No, there's exceptions where if you do that, like, what fighting style is that again?
I think it's Tai Chi.
It might be.
There's also Judo.
I think the one I'm thinking of is judo. But like, yeah, unless the fighting style itself is literally using it to their advantage, I don't like that's not really gonna happen. At least not realistically.
So Ada's like in a fortunate position where because of her cybernetics, she is able to perform some impossible acrobatics.
Yeah. But like,
She's able to like lift and throw some impossibly heavy things. But also, if other people are also cybernetically enhanced, like let's say General Hawk, and they start wailing on her, she's not going to just be okay.
yeah. Plus, they're gonna weigh about the same. You know.
This is an animation stream, but there has been no animation. Let's say we make this an animation stream at the last second.
At the last possible second, it was all calculated.
Yeah, the real deal.
The real thing. No, but
330, and there's like not been any. There's animation software that was cool.
that counts.
Does it?
It does in my book.
Okay.
I mean, it's funnier because like the storyboards, like you like say like something like on the internet, it's like it's almost like animated per se. It's like whoa.
Wow.
Would you consider this a storyboard or an animation?
The answer is yes. Actually, yeah, didn't we talk about that in the last stream where I think Raz mentioned it, where like certain people like they'll see like a really good drawing for that's like in an animated series, but it's not really moving, and then they'll say like, what an amazing animation, but that one frame isn't really moving.
Oh yeah, yes. I remember. It's the still drawing.
Yeah.
It's
like,
just a drawing.
Like maybe it's like really well done with like tons of shading. It's extremely like polished, but like the only thing moving is like their like just their mouth a little bit or smoke from a cigarette, and that's it.
Don't mind me, I'm literally just scumbling here. We're gonna figure out something.
That's like right through.
Yeah, we're gonna make this. We're gonna make this animated. It's not gonna be good because I'm doing it like super duper fast, and I don't. You know what? I'll care.
The power.
I have the power. Actually, this reminds. Oh, were we gonna say Marcus?
I was like, yes. That was it.
Oh, okay. Actually, this reminds me, like, just when talking about, like, the weight, not, like, just talking about General Hawk and Ada in general, I remember we were gonna talk about the leitmotifs that we used.
Oh yeah, that goes with like the musical discussion. So if you were here at the beginning of the stream, we could give you like 30 seconds to jump back to the very beginning of the stream and then press the live button that's right next to the play button if you wish. What are we giving you? 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds.
Marcus, make a sound effect. There we go.
Am I gonna make dancing Ada? I'm gonna make dancing Ada.
Dancing Ada.
Dancing in the street.
It feels like you are. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing dancing Ada.
It looks somewhat similar to the dance I did.
No, that's the Roger Rabbit, and I'm actually just gonna have her shake her hips. There's no.
Oh, yeah, in the April Fools.
Yeah.
April
At the
animation.
very end.
Well, I just meant like because where the arms are. Like there's a moment in that dance where the arms are down like that.
Maybe. It's been 30 seconds. So, what were we talking about?
Leitmotif.
Thank you. It's been 30 seconds. Talking about dancing and lost train of thought. Anyway, stupid. Anyhow, leitmotif. That is Ada's actual theme, right? Yeah, no, we hit 200 subs.
Yeah, actually, speaking about that, the newest sub thing at the bottom is still saying Little Tree Kid. I don't know if he's the newest. I gotta check it. I gotta fix that after the stream.
Yes, we hit 200. Love One Piece.
Oh my god,
buddy, you've been here this whole time. We knew it. We knew that you would come, Luffy.
the OG.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Everybody, we did it. People care. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Let's go.
I drink, but I don't have any alcohol at my. I don't drink. I drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I drink coffee.
Would you technically call coffee like a drug because of caffeine?
Coffee is definitely a substance that one can get addicted to, but I wouldn't call it a drug.
Okay. I was like, maybe just take coffee as you drink.
Yeah, drawing's my drug. Actually, I can do a lot of things without coffee. If I have to go like several days without drawing, I would explode. So,
You'll die.
it'll be on my mortgage report too. It'll be on the coronary report. It's like, oh, what happened to him? He stopped drawing for 5 days, dude, and just spontaneously combusted.
Damn. It'd be like that, man.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. Okay, leitmotif.
Yes, we were talking about leitmotif.
Okay, So Ada's leitmotif is the stinger for the "I'll save you every time," right? And then there's the that has a name, but it's like a woo woo. Yeah, there are lyrics to that song. So what you listened to at the beginning of the stream was a version of Ada's theme song that is just guitars. We're using it for marketing. It's not a complete version of the song, but it is Ada's theme song. You've actually heard this thing as far back as our April Fool's video from last year. And you also hear when Ada like stands up and says, "Give me a break." So actually, since we're talking about leitmotif, I should probably like play it really quickly. Let me grab.
Oh yeah, hang on. Let me pause the music real quick.
Yeah, music pausing while I figure this out. Yeah, let me open you in another program that's better.
Please.
One Piece Forever says, "How are you?"
I'm doing great. I drew 2 frames, which means that this is now officially an animation stream.
We didn't lie.
We did it!
We did it, guys. We did
it! We did it, but yeah, no, today was actually supposed to be a music stream, so we do want to talk about music a little bit. Let's do that really quickly. So, over here is Media Player Classic, the OG, the one without the street cone. I have both of these on standby just in case VLC is being funky. But like right here,
How to use it. You
you'll hear that stinger, right?
Break.
Hmm?
You told me not to
Oh, that's
overestimate
a little
myself.
loud.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's not that loud on my end. So,
Yeah, I don't know how loud that's coming out on the stream, but it was loud in my ears.
But you turn your
but yeah, like just that little, like just that's the "I'll save you every time" sting going on right there. Like that has always been Ada's theme. You've heard it no matter where Ada like is. You've heard it in all of her media. Even at like the back end of the April Fool's video, which I will pull up as well. Do I have it here? Where are you? Give me one moment while I go and pull it out of the depths.
In just 1 minute.
Yeah, so unfortunately, because of the way that all this project worked out, the Kythera 0 folder does not have the name Kythera 0 to it. It doesn't even have the name K0. It has a completely unrelated name, and I couldn't change the folder name because that would mess up paths on
Oh,
everything's
and the
folders.
program. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, so I couldn't do that without suffering. I could not. So now, like this is always going to have that. Oh my goodness, my throat. This is always going to have that that look to it. Also, where are you? Let me. Again, I should probably organize this folder since it's like not in use anymore, except for like to find old stuff.
A day's your day.
The worst part is I know where it is, but I still can't find it every time. Every time, I know exactly what folder it's in. I can never find it. Here we are. Also, we've gotten so much use out of this flashing logo. It was only supposed to be for this short, but it's become our official logo.
Oh my god, it's been used so many times now.
I mean, we'll find it. We'll probably change it. Long story short, Ada's fighting
Oh.
General Hawk. I made use of this color palette, but like,
Wow, wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Scribbles.
Oh, that's funny.
have no fear, my child.
fun fact: Default Clip Studio asset.
Yeah!
That was the joke.
Responsible
It's
for
just the Default Clip Studio asset.
Yeah.
A model straight from ripped literally from Clip Studio.
Dog's homework. He's getting angsty and pulling on the phone lines. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Here at the end of this was made in a week, by the way. Here at the end of this, you'll act. I gotta be careful because this guitar is loud. I'll turn
Look at him
Right
dance!
The
Boom.
damn.
Yeah, there we go. Also, we get to talk about the Roger Rabbit. That I was talking about.
Yeah!
Marcus's beautiful General Hawk. Yeah. I can like hear it. What chips?
Watch him!
So yeah, that little guitar riff is Ada's theme, and we're probably going to. Now we're not gonna play it again. But that guitar riff is Ada's theme. It's the "I'll save you every time" thing. So every time you hear the that's Ada's theme, and it does have lyrics to it. Now we don't have a singer to it yet. We will be looking out for getting singers. It's got got a very high registered rock feel. I believe it like hits the high C's, like C's. I want to say 6. I think actually this is the perfect time to whip out the software that it was made in.
Hey,
Wow.
Ow! So I'm opening up Ableton Live 10, and I might wind up destroying my vocals in the process. We'll hope not. We hope not, kids. We
Well,
hope not.
well, he's figuring that out. Yeah, the dance I animated for Ada actually is a dance called the Roger Rabbit that was made after that people started doing after the movie came out. I didn't know that existed until I was like, what's an animation? I think I typed in like animation dance, like ones that were inspired by animated films, and I found I found the Roger Rabbit.
Oh wait, I can just turn down the master
That's
track
funny.
here. That'll do. I'll just turn down the master track so it doesn't blow your ears out. This is Ableton, baby. This is raw. this is
Spicy.
This is raw. Spice delicioso. So this is Ableton. This is what I worked on the song in. You actually hear the fun thing about designing music is what I really wanted to talk about is that like Ada's theme has guitars to it. And you can actually take all these lead guitars off, right? Like every, here we are, lead guitar, lead string, lead ace, all that. Take it off. You can use those You can use those instruments further in the background in order to like make music with Ada's like for Ada's purposes in mind. That's one of the really fun things about like leitmotifs. Like you might be more familiar with the actual melody of the song, but like don't think you can't get away without like don't think you can't get away with using like just the bass in the background. How loud has that been?
It's looking pretty alright.
Yeah, you like when you're doing the instruments, you're recording yourself like humming or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's not here, but yes, in the original I actually did hum it, and then I wound up not using the humming because I put this together with piano keys instead, like made a grand piano song. Yeah, just because I was having so much trouble figuring out how to write this stuff.
Right. Would you like consider you reference that old version, like based it on, and yeah, you referenced it and recreate it on the piano.
Yeah, for a little bit. So the thing is, right, this happened with Shuva's theme in Ice Hunter 2. I know what the rhythm and the melodics of the song are. It's more so just a matter of transferring them over to MIDIs and playing them out. Now, unfortunately, I can't play a piano to save my life, which means I have to do it the old-fashioned keyboard way, where I'm literally drawing in. Like if I insert a MIDI track here, and we're going to blah, 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 insert MIDI clips. I'm gonna give this a sound. I don't know. Guitar unplugged. That's loud. Anyway, goes here. Right? I would have to go into this and literally draw this out. I'm just gonna solo this because why not? And I'm just making this on the fly, don't mind me. There's no music here that I'm acting like I don't know what this is. It's just something. Ah. Hey you. Be
Whoa.
nice. Thank you.
Be friendly.
Yeah, I can do this to make it easier. And let's say I repeated that over and over again. Well, these are those MIDI files that you have to make. So I had literally drawing it like this by clicking on the boxes where they belong. Which, if you don't know, it's actually really hard to keep time this way. So you have to have like a metronome on. kid failed music class. Whoever wrote this song.
Down,
he,
down,
he does not have the
Down,
ear.
down,
He does not have the ear for music class.
Yeah.
But no, that's just like to show you how this was made. I've since this is a different document that I saved them back into, and you know, from there you do game staging. I'll turn you off. So like, if I'm going to let me turn you on. Like from here, let's pretend like the song's not here. I just use my ears. But yeah, you're just game staging, making sure all the elements need to can be there properly. Turn this on. Game stage it out, get the music done, and turns out like each part of the song is its own thing, and you can actually go completely crazy just on the drums alone, for example. So if I were to solo these, and we're running up on time, so I'll be very quick. Just the drums is like its own thing.
Great. The percussion.
So you know what's really funny?
What's up?
When I wrote this song, I always assumed I'd do the drums first and then go into like the bass of the bass guitar and whatnot. No,
Oh, yeah.
I did the drums last.
I was like the very because I was like the very end thing because
Yeah, no, I put the drums in at the very end. The song did not have drums for the longest time.
was just guitars.
You had to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna really quickly. I put the cymbals back on so you can see them go, hear them clash. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this drum beat right here can wind up becoming Ada's theme if need be. Like it can play around whenever she's doing anything. Like she's getting into a fight right here, right? You can hear the drums just going ham. That's just from this theme. So yeah, no, that is our fun little demonstration of how I go about making music. I'm not a professional musician, so this does not come natural to explain to me. So bear with me if the explanation was a little weird, but basically what I'm saying is you can use a lot of the stuff in one song for a lot of different purposes in animation. And that's the really important thing. So, you know, make sure you're always keeping tabs on the stuff that you have. You have a lot more than you think if you're ever making this kind of stuff. As for us, guess what, Ben?
Yeah.
It's 8:30, which means we're going to do our last shill and then sign off. This will actually be our last stream for this Kickstarter. Again,
Yes.
Marcus won't be with us next week, unfortunately, but it is okay because we got him in our hearts.
It's in our heart.
Yay!
So this live stream was about Kythera Zero, this Kickstarter right here. Spread the word if you haven't. Again, word of mouth, super important. We are 3% pledged through. We've got 7 days to go, but we can go. We can still keep going. We're going to keep going, and no matter what, even when this Kickstarter is over, we're going to be fighting for Kythera Zero, okay? We're going to be fighting
That's
for Ada's
right.
honor.
Never stop.
Because Ada said she'll save us every time, and we will too.
We will absolutely
We'll save it.
Ada
we'll
will
be the
save us.
heroes.
We'll save her. Don't worry. So
Exactly.
for everybody here, that sounds like a really cool story you've got going on there. Love One Piece Forever. You did mention that to us before. I'm Raziel, director of Studio YG Crow, key animator, storyboard artist, voice actor, musician, sound designer, a lot of stuff. I wear a lot of hats.
I am Ben Sutherland, the studio co-founder, voice actor, production manager, animator, screenwriter. Insert hat here. It's just, it would never end for any of
I'm
us.
Marcus. I'm an animator, character designer.
You're also a little
Storyboard.
quiet. That's what you really are. Quiet.
I'm very quiet. Oh God, I'm
Oh.
an animator, storyboard artist, all that stuff, man. All the fun stuff.
Don't forget professional soundboard.
Professional
yeah.
sound.
I'm the sound box.
All
Yes.
right, guys. So next time we stream, there won't be any Kickstarter shilling because the Kickstarter will be over with. But we will definitely be doing more fun stuff. We might be working on Ned and Fred related content. I don't know.
Yes.
Ned and Fred.
It's going to be after next week. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we don't have an exact set date for when the next stream will be yet.
Though I am gearing towards Tuesday the 12th.
Yes.
That's probably going to be when it is. So we're going to take a nice long hiatus from streaming. We're also going to keep on working on Kythera 0 and finishing up the Kickstarter. Once again, spread the word. We are 2 minutes over. I'm awful. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're good.
Who's he gonna?
Anyway,
He almost sweared.
said fired, but all right. I'm Raz,
I'm Ben.
And I'm Marcus.
and we are out of here.